cast the hoof, untap the weavers, make the math go absolute burr, win the game. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we are covering the Cub deck that made it into the top 8. Now there is a Bant airbending deck as well, but this kind of Simic aggro is what it's called on the site. Not really a good description considering the fact that it plays all 5 colors. But this Cub toolboxy deck is the version that made the top 8 at Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed. And because Badgermole Cub is really insane, and there's a lot of good cards here from last year and Lorwyn Eclipsed, this kind of thing is going to be in the meta for a very long time, and you should know how it works. So I'm going to be trying to figure out how it works with all of you and playing through some of the lines. At its core, it's a Cub deck. You want to get out Badgermole Cub and use that to make an insane amount of mana. With an insane amount of mana, either from multiple Cubs or copied Cubs, often because of nature's rhythm, you can then start tutoring out all kinds of things. So like maybe your first play is to get down an elf and a Cub. Your next play is to nature's rhythm for a mockingbird, or like, I guess not mockingbird, but to nature's rhythm for another Cub, so you have a bunch of mana. Now you use a formidable speaker or the harmonized nature's rhythm to get a bright glass gear hulk. This goes and gets you mockingbirds, which can be another gear hulk and another Cub, which can just continue to churn and build your board while also providing you some amount of interaction. Nature's rhythm can go get explosive prodigy, which can kill something on the spot with its vivid ability. When this enters, it deals X damage to target creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of colors among the permanents you control. The also sweet thing with the Bright Glass Gear Hulk synergy is to go get Soul Guide Lantern to interact with the graveyard, or Seam Rip to remove a pesky little opposing Cub, probably, or get the Graveyard Hate with Nature's Rhythm, which is Keen Eye Curator, so a few ways to keep the graveyard in check here in the deck. Does your opponent have a board full of creatures that you might be able to totally devastate? Well, Champion of the Weird from Lorwyn Eclipse makes an appearance here. Now, as an additional cost to cast this, behold a goblin and exile it. Guys, I don't think we can cast Champion of the Weird very easily in this deck. Does anybody have a Mutavault? So, but while casting this is basically impossible, cheating this out with Nature's Rhythm is absolutely possible. And that's the plan, guys. We're gonna get it with Nature's Rhythm and then use the Pay 1 Life Blight to just wear the opponent's board into the ground and devastate them. Very interesting use of the card. And then following that up, there is a Superior Spider-Man, which you can go get for a number of reasons. Remember, it can exile from the opponent's graveyard. So there are cases where they play Ouroborroid. You don't see an Ouroborroid in this list. Go exile their Ouroborroid with this card, and now you have Ouroborroid. And it does, of course, many other beautiful things. 4 Quantum Riddlers. This deck vomits its hand so quickly that the Riddler ensures that you have gas forever. And 1 Crater Hoof definitely finishes the job once the board is established. There's also this interesting inclusion of Shimmer Wild's Growth, which is a way to get a land to tap for multiple colors, any colors you need, and is an interesting inclusion, and it gets a little boost here from Formidable Speaker, which can untap the Shimmer Wild's Growth, and then it taps for more mana. You can also put this on Earthbend and Land. That can also produce more mana, but it's not that big of a deal. It's much more about the Formidable Speaker, Shimmer Wild's Growth pair doing its work, and something that stays on the board to make sure you have the mana colors that you need if the opponent hits you with the dreaded board wipe in your mostly creature deck. It's a wild toolbox. I'm interested to try it out today, and if you don't know this deck, you do need to know it. It's going to be around for a while, so let's dive in and let the nonsense begin. If I don't make the videos with the Cub, it'll never get banned. It must get banned. By the way, do you play Commander? You play Canadian Highlander? You play any other format? You should probably be playing a lot of Cub. I don't know if I can keep this hand. Turn 1 Pollinator. Turn 2 Pollinator. Turn 3 question marks. This is a Cub. This is pollinator into cub. Could also try to speaker into cub. I think I just put the speaker away though. I could keep 2 lands. How bad does it get if I don't draw a third and they kill these? It gets really bad. But like, I'm already on a mull, and if I draw a land, it's fine. We're going for it. We're doing it. It's an aggressive deck. You just have to remember that. It doesn't attack nearly as much as it feels like it should. Let's get that down. Oh, wait. I don't pay the 1. Mockingbird. I haven't played it often. Pay. Oh, I could avoid taking 1 damage, or I could deal 1 damage. Okay. I'm just gonna pay the blue here. I have not played a lot of Mockingbird. Not at all. If it comes down to that 1 damage, I'm a genius. Yep. Okay. Okay, buddy. Here we go. So it's 4 mana to get a cub. Or it's 3 mana plus 2 mana. Is there any way to do it and still have like a mana dork left over? Green. I don't think so. If I put this out and tap that, that's a green, and then 1, 2, and then 1, but this doesn't have anything to tap. Forgive me. I'm bad at magic. I could kill their cub. Is that the play? Or do I build my own cub? I have access to another cub through the speaker. Let's see if this works out. It's a cub war. Let's try. We're behind on cub, so let's see if doing something about it helps. It looks like they're mono green, so 5 colors versus 1. Who wins? My goodness. I got 2 mana from this. Cub it up. Cub-a-dub-dub. Are these words that people say? Woo! Guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is like 7? 8, 9? And harmonize. Wait, what's going on? They're tree folking. Guys, the Sapperling Nursery is active as affinity for forest, and whenever a forest enters, they get a 3/4. Whenever any land enters. Okay, is that game? Did we win? Hold on. Okay, this is where I have to math, and math is not my bag, but we try. Turn that alive. Okay, these are like 3 each. This untaps a land. I guess I might block with that, but not this, right? And then this taps for how much? Okay, so now it's 1. Now we're at 8, so this goes for 4. So that can get Carvalho the Mind Bitten. You can also get Bright Glass. There's so many options. I can get the Champion of the Weird. I don't think that does me any favors right here. Yeah, I guess I'll cast Llanowar Elf with the last mana, or I'll cast something else. And then the Seam Rip doesn't really help me. The Lantern doesn't really help me, so I'll get the Mockingbirds. And those are ready for next turn to go crazy. Did I do enough? Am I dead? Are they a hoof deck? Do they make infinite 3/4s? These are the questions we must find the answers to. I'm at 17. I'm not dead, right? There's no way. That would be wild. Okay, green shell. Is this infinite 3/4s? Is that how this works? And does it make them infinitely large thanks to the Ascension? Why would they put the counter on the green shell when they have something that could attack? Combo Nation. Yeah, they found it. Okay, let's see. Oh, I guess it's not infinite. Their deck is in all forests. Amazing. Now what? They just make all the mana in the world, right? Seems good. How much do these tap for? This is so stupid. $7. Nice. 12. Tap to reduce. Submit 0. Auto pay. I am the greatest Magic player I know. I don't think the tree folk are ready for this, but fog would be impressive. Why did they make Crater Hoof, guys? Did they know Commander was coming back in the day? Like, you are aware that they only have 20 life, right? Like, in Magic at the time. I think getting the Prodigy and killing the opponent's Cub on turn 2 was the right play. I think you have to be able to pivot to that if they get ahead on Cub, because you always have the ability to harmonize the rhythm later and get your Cub going, but you gotta slow them down. Whoever untaps with a Cub is probably like mega favored. I wonder what the stats say about that. Anyway, we go second, but if they give us something to rip, we will in fact rip it. That is not something to rip. So, is it? Yeah, is it? Okay. Leyline Weaver, I'm thinking we play the bait first. And I'm just gonna shock this in. I want a lot of options next turn. And colors are a limiting factor. I do need another white to cast the Gear Hulk. Might be tricky. They let the Weaver happen, but they're opting. Is this like Otter Prowess? They didn't kill the Weaver yet. Stories? What are you? Doesn't look like Harmonizer. Opt and Sleight of Hand aren't usually in there. And this looks like Vivi. But Vivi's still banned, right? Right? Really looks like Vivi. What is going on? Is this the, maybe this is the Crab Elemental deck. Yeah, maybe it's that. That, I think, did well at the event because it did have a good matchup with Cub. need blue mana. Do I need white mana? Don't think so. Okay. We have mana. All right, we're gonna make them have their Sunderflocky combo stuff this next turn. What does Gearhulk do that would save us from a Sunderflock, though? I guess exiling their graveyard, right? We go get the Lantern. Yeah, that's the play. It's Soul Guide Lantern time. I assume they're gonna kill something here. Unless they have a totally different board wipe ready to go. Which case, woo, that could suck. They're abandoning their attachments. Yeah, this has to be that deck, right? This has to be Crab. The problem is if they actually play a Crab here for 2 mana before I hit their graveyard. That's the problem. And then they go Sunderflock, bounce the whole board. Magic is very painful, but it looks like that's not happening as they fire off their Burst Lightning. Hating on the Weaver, letting me have Cubs. That's wild. That's crazy. 1 mana open. What do you guys think it does? It needs 2 white, you know? There you go. 2 green open. Bright Glass. It could have a Spell Pierce or a Spell Snare. But this gets around all that. Mockingbird. Soul Guide Lantern. Just thinking. Like, do we cub harder here? Does it get us somewhere? I think it does. There's still mana open. Let's keep cubbing. So many game actions to take. Triple Cub ready. Soul Guide Lantern. Get the stories. Do we go for it here? I don't think so. Riddles. Warping, because every time it enters we get more cards, which is awesome. And now Speaker. Discard Breeding Pool, get what? Let's find out. We still got 3 green. We could just go get the Hoof for later. We could get another Riddler, but we have 1 exiled, so I think we're okay. We could get Keen-Eyed Curator. So many choices. We could get another Badgermole Cub. I think we just get the Hoof and we're ready for next turn. The problem is if they ruin our board, the Hoof does nothing. I think it's the Curator. Do we still have any mana after that? No. Makes the Curator a lot worse, but I'm going to get it. And then I'm just going to hold it. Hey, I attack you. I think we do this on upkeep. Because if they play Crab on their... Nope. Let's just take the Crab off the menu. The crab is off the menu. No Eddie Merc crab. I hope I'm right about what this deck is. I haven't actually played against Spelementals yet. But it is a deck on my to-do list once I got through the top 8 of the format. They held a Burst Lightning that whole time. Okay. Now they go about refilling. There's the crab. We see it. We see the crab. So yeah, the goal is to cast Eddie Merc Crab for 2 and Sunderflock for 2. Which would bounce the whole board. And that's what we took them off of with our Lantern play. What now, though? Probably try to hoof. Hoof should do. There's still 2 cubs, so the mana is there. All right, 8 mana. There's 3, 4, 9. We're good. We're good. They better have an amazing reaction. Yeah, Stifle. Each one gets +10, +10. Yeah. 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 Cub happens. Even against the decks that were like built to do well against it, Cub happens. Pollinator, Speaker, Weaver, Riddler. I mean, this is a Riddler hand, right? Speaker can be a Cub. My goodness, my goodness. Speaker added so much redundancy to this deck. Let's see if the Great and Powerful Best of One special. I think that's what I'm going to name the mono white Eerie deck, by the way. The Best of One special. Only gets played in Best of One. Let's see if it can handle the cubbening. Turn 2, Sheltered by Ghosts. They did it! Crazy son of a bitch, they did it! But my survival. Cub next turn goes hard. How about this Leyline Weaver? This might be the most played Spider-Man card after the this thing. Or what is this really? Is it Spider Manifestation? Is that the real name of the card? So if they put on a Shard Mage's Rescue, bad things happen. Yeah, it turns out that card's just insane. Did you know you can play it in mono red? Did you know hybrid mana is kind of messed up? All right. Sorry, I'm just out here throwing. Let's go like this. And this. We're down to 10. We could die. Float. Riddle. I love this trick. It makes me so happy that you untap the Weaver. Oh! More Weaver. So we could play that, or we could play Speaker and Elf. Discard the Mind Bitten, because there's not going to be a graveyard, and then be... Do we hoof next turn? Do we get second Cub? Seam Rip is a good card if we get the Gear Hulk. Do we have the mana to play it? We have a lot of green. We don't have double white. So we can't just cast a Gear Hulk. It's a very interesting situation. I guess the Speaker could do it. The speaker could do it. I think something might have to block here, though, and I'm worried it's the speaker. I wonder if you discard this, because you could play this as a 4/4 version of this. There's still so much more potential here, but it's going to get exiled anyway. Yeah, whatever goes to the graveyard gets exiled to the survivor. The champion is an option. No, it's not. Can't cast it, no gob 'em. All right, Prodigy doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think it's just get the Gear Hulk. We'll see how that works out. I'm nervous. I don't know if that's going to work, especially if anything happens to Formidable Speaker here. But it does create a value chain of stuff the opponent has to navigate. They didn't play the rescue. Okay, they're flying. We'll need a reach creature next turn. But we have another one. And in theory, we also have Riddler. Seam Rip can also target the Shelter by Ghost. I don't know if that matters. Never mind. They are not leaving it up. What are they going after? The Cub? Yeah. That's the play. Okay, no Cub. Can we do what we need to do? White. It's not a land. How much mana do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Riddler untaps Weaver. Pay a green for 1 though. Can't cast Riddler. Not great. Not great. Yeah, I don't think getting the Gear Hulk was right. What would have been better? Well, let's play a big flying blocker and go on the defense. There's a land. So you don't want to die to just one thing, so it'd be nice to leave up the Weaver, but can I afford to? At 4 life. Can I afford to? Like, it's kind of like if they have another Shelter by Ghost, they just got me, right? You know what? Let's do it like this. Take the aggressive line. This gets us through another Sheltered by Ghosts, although in that case, we're in big trouble. This might be one where we need a full Crater Hoofing. Okay, well, we're just making Mega Survivor here. If we can Seam Rip with enough mana, they're taking down the shields on Shard Mage's Rescue. And they're passing. So I think we're in pretty good spot. So we go like this, we go like this. We play this. Untap those. Man, we don't have another white though. The white mana is tricky. If only I had animated a different land. But yeah, I think we need the Mockingbird and the Seam Rip. The opponent not attacking is something. And then we want to play this for 3. I kind of want another Riddler. Not gonna lie. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't shock this in. Ouch. Four or greater. 4 or greater. It's double reach. I think I just get another Gear Hulk. One that flies. Double Mockingbird. Give me a pollinator. And I think that's all my tricks. Hold. Leave me alone. It's unfortunate now they know about the rip and I didn't get to cast it. So if they have a rescue, they'll hold it up. But I do have other options. Like I can rip their rip and get a cub. And that could take me where I need to go. I have a speaker. I can copy my speaker. They're passing. Yep, it's a very intimidating board. If I copy my speaker, yeah. If this is a cub and I copy my speaker, I can get hoof, right? Yeah, they're waiting on rescue. They don't see it coming. They don't know I'm cubbing. Not making the mistake this time, but the mistake's long made. All right, 2 mockingbirds. If one copies speaker, I have to discard the other mockingbird. However, one could copy Riddler. So, oh wait. Mockingbird is such a weird one to me. So I need to add 4 because the Riddler is 5. And the reason you copy Riddler is it's just free cards. Oh, baby. Win game or draw cards. You know my choice. And then we have to copy Formidable Speaker, which I think I can put more. Yeah, it's mana value less than or equal. So I can put extra mana into this to go positive. That's insane. Keep it cubbing. One, two, three. But I only need 3, but I'm doing it because I get these untapped. And I get bonus mana. Formidable Speaker. Discard the town. Search for the hoof. Cast the hoof. Untap the weavers. Make the math go absolute burr. Win the game. The best of one special couldn't stop it. Thank you to the sponsors of today's video, Dragon Shield. Use the link in the description. It does support the channel, and they have my custom sleeves there as well. Thank you to Dragon Shield for sponsoring all my videos. And of course, thank you to CoolStuffInc.com, the many years that they have sponsored the channel. When you use the promo code CGB5 at CoolStuffInc.com, they include a CovertGoBlue custom token with your order. And CoolStuffInc.com is the only place that you can get those tokens right now. Also, check out CovertGoBlue HQ at CoolStuffInc.com. CoolStuffInc.com/CGB will show you that. And remember that promo code CGB5. Cub is busted. Please ban. But for those of you who like this kind of deck, it is powerful, it is explosive, and it does win games. It forces the opponent to play on a nice edge and take advantage of every opportunity given, or it will just overpower them. So if you are into crater hoofing people in standard, but also having a ton of decisions and a ton of toolboxy ability, well, we got a pile for you. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next one. You're cool.